Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome to the Counselor Academy of Jewish University Experience Virtual College Fair. My name is Sibel. I will be your facilitator for this evening's session. We have some absolutely amazing colleges and universities here to tell you a little bit about themselves. I'm super excited to get started. I know you are too. But before we get started, just a few housekeeping items for you all to keep in mind. So first and foremost, just remember that it is a webinar style format virtual college fair. So what that means is that you are muted and your video is turned off. The panelists cannot see or hear you. So you're probably wondering, well, Sibel, how in the world am I going to ask all the questions that I have? Well, that in and of itself is a great question. You're going to use your Q&A button to type in your questions to those presenters at any time. So that Q&A button, if you look at your Zoom toolbar, should be somewhere in the middle. You'll click on it and type in those questions. Now, please do two things. One, do not wait until the last minute to ask those questions. Our panelists and presenters will be answering those questions all throughout the 45-minute session that we have. And secondly, please put the school's name within the question so we all know who the question goes to. Once again, please put the school's name within the question so we all know who the question goes to. Now, sign up for more sessions. This is the last one for this evening, but if you're interested in any other college presentations, you can check out the schedule on the website. Now, with that said too, maybe mom missed out on tonight's session, or a friend wants to check out these schools with you, or you know what? Maybe you just want to relive the fun with us. That is all okay because all of them are being recorded. So all of our sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Jewish Student Fair. Now, before I introduce our first institution, I definitely want you all to know and preface this virtual college fair by saying it is an appetizer session. So these schools have a few minutes to tell you a little bit about themselves, but remember, for the main entree, you are going to do a little bit more due diligence, maybe visit these schools and check them out. So please make sure you're taking some notes, check the chat as well for some contact information that they might be putting up in that chat bulletin board. And without further ado, I would love to get started with our first institution up for tonight's session, Drexel University.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Hannah Rosenberg. I'm the Director of Engagement for Drexel Hillel and we're located in Philadelphia. Let me share my screen real quick. Yeah, this is us in front of Independence Hall, very sweet. So Drexel University is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We are a quarter term and co-op university. So what that means is you could be in our institution for 4 or 5 years, and you could be in classes for 3 terms. Freshman year, you get a summer break, then you're back in classes, and then you could have 1 or 2 co-ops. And what that means is essentially you're working in the real world for 6 months, and it's really a fantastic experience. I would say a majority of our students graduate with jobs, which is wonderful. And the co-op system is 100% why most students decide on Drexel. It's really a wonderful experience, and the university is very supportive. So a little bit about our Hillel staff team. We are a very large staff. We have an artist educator in residence. We have 2 rabbinic professional staff members, a full-time Israel engagement, and myself. So a little bit about our space. We are located right across from all the freshman dorms. This is the Perlman Center for Jewish Life. It's a thriving Jewish space, and you really can utilize it for any services, study breaks. We have a kosher cafe, which I'll talk a little bit more about. Sorry, my dog's like really excited that I'm talking. So we're right on 34th Street, and up this road is all of our Greek life, and AE Pi is on campus, and great relationships. So you just go down 34th Street and walk up the stairs, lounge space, study space, kosher cafe, kosher kitchens, and 3rd floor is most of our sanctuary space for our different minyanim group. So I mentioned kosher dining. So we do have kosher dining, which is very exciting in our building at the Perlman Cafe. It's open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 7 p.m. And meal swipes are accepted, as well as credit card or cash. There's grab and go options, hot options, and it does convert into kosher for Passover space as well. And there's lots of kosher dining options nearby. We're a major city, so just a couple minutes away, there's a really fantastic Goldie Falafel. I really recommend it if you come visit Philly for any reason. There's also Penn University of Pennsylvania. They have a kosher dining establishment as well if you want to mix it up, and free meals often between us and Chabad. So we have a very thriving first year experience, starting with our early move-in program. We get anywhere from 20 to 40 students. We help them move in early. We have a great Shabbaton experience. Then we dive into Welcome Week, which is like a orientation, but a little bit different. And then we also have lots of community service options. We have a partnership with the Jewish Relief Agency where we package and deliver nutritious food boxes to those in the Philadelphia area, as well as many alternative spring break options. We also travel to Israel. We have 2 birthright trips, one in the summer, one in the winter. And usually those buses are filled, lots of fun to go with your friends. We also are around year round, so we get to celebrate Israel Week together. We partner with API for a walk to remember and some other fun events. And most importantly, Shabbat and holidays. I make the challah at for our Shabbat, so I think it's the best recipe. Happy to have you try it. So we bake challah. We also do a few pop-ups into, like, if you want to host your own Shabbat dinner. We have Friday night as well as a Saturday lunch as well. Let me talk briefly. This is our celebrating, but let me talk briefly about services. We have an Orthodox minyan group, conservative minyan group, more of a reform style. They all meet about an hour before dinner and everyone comes downstairs and enjoys dinner together. It's really a wonderful pluralistic experience and more challah, which is great. For our holiday celebrations, we offer anything from Purim, making our baking together. We celebrate Hanukkah together. We put our sukkah right on our terrace. It's a lot of fun. And we have many learning seminar options as well, in person, Zoom, whatever kind of works for our schedules these days. But anywhere from the Jewish Learning Fellowship, Israel Learning Fellowship, we are doing a climate justice fellowship, lots of opportunities to get involved. And I mentioned we have an arts educator on staff. So what they get to do is utilize the arts in collaboration with like Jewish values, which is definitely a lot of fun, much more hands-on than necessarily text study, but still very rich with Jewish learning as well. So that's a lot of what Hillel offers. Drexel University is a really fantastic university. Most students are involved in like engineering, nursing. We have a lot of graphic designers. It's really all over the place in terms of the major. So it's really a great university, and I'm happy to answer some questions in the chat. So here's our website, here's our Instagram, and I'm happy to put my email in the chat as well. But thank you guys so much.
Awesome, thank you so much. If you have any questions for Drexel University, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have CUNY, Hunter College.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. My name's Ann Lanza. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Hunter College. I'm filling in for my supervisor who was supposed to be here today, but unfortunately does not feel good. A little bit about me. I've been with Hunter for about 3 years. I started off at Queensborough Community College in the CUNY system, and then I left, went to University at Buffalo, where I graduated with a degree in English about 5.5 years ago. Hunter's motto is Mihi Kira Futuri, the care of the future is mine. Hunter does have several different types of support systems within the school that can help you succeed and get to where you would like to go. I think Hunter is academically amazing. We do have a few different campuses around the east side of Manhattan. Our main campus is on East 68th Street and Lexington Avenue. We do have over 18,000 undergraduate students, so it is on the larger side. I was about to say a little bit on the large side, but it's a big school. But we do have students that come from literally everywhere. So that's my favorite thing about CUNY itself, actually, is that there are so many different people that you're going to meet. There are people that you're going to meet, of course, within New York City, within New York State, or out of the country, or within the US. So we do have we do have people coming from everywhere. And we do have 3 residence halls. The newest one is East 51st Street and Lexington Avenue, I believe. It's beautiful. It's much better looking than my apartment, which I'm so jealous of. And I could get into that in a little bit. Our most popular majors are nursing, social work, education, psychology, computer science. We do have a Jewish studies program if any student is interested in that. It's a 24 credit program where you can probably double major in other stuff if you would like to do that, if you wanted that to be part of your curriculum, which I think is really cool. But we do have disciplines within the arts and sciences and health sciences. For those of you that don't know what CUNY is the City University of New York, and it's the public school system in New York City, and we're one of 25 colleges. And I would say the differences between Hunter and maybe other CUNY schools is that, one, we are one of the senior colleges, so we offer both bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs, but each school sort of has its own specialty in a way. And I think Hunter is really well known for their nursing program or their education program or pre-health or pre-law as professional tracks to get into law schools or medical schools or other professional schools in general. And other schools like you probably have heard from Baruch College, they're really well known for business or finance, whereas City College is really well known for architecture and engineering within the CUNY system. So Hunter is great for nursing, social sciences, education, and the arts. We are Division III athletics, so we do have swimming, basketball, indoor and outdoor track, fencing, just to name a few of the athletics teams. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. We have over 100 different clubs. Hunter does have a Hunter Hillel group. I'll put a link in the chat since I'm not, I don't work for them, so I don't know exactly what they do, but I was reading a little bit about how they help with birthright opportunities, I think is what it's called, which I think is really, really cool. So I'll put a link in the chat for those that want to connect with them or ask further questions about what they're about. But other than that, we do have clubs within the arts, within community service, several different types of community service, actually. We also have, I think, like 6 different dance teams, if anyone is interested in that, a cheerleading squad. And if you're interested in writing, we do have 4 student-run publications. So you can write for the student newspaper. You can also write for our blogging team and the admissions side, just putting a shameless plug out there. I help with that. Or if you're interested in fiction or poetry, we do have publications for that as well. As I've mentioned a little bit before, we do have 3 residence halls now. It used to be 4, and now it's 3. So we acquired the newest one, East 51st Street in Lex, which is not too far away from the campus. It's the top left corner, which is incredibly beautiful. But each of them have 24-hour security. They're about 20 minutes away from the campus by train. It's not required to live on the campus, though. In fact, most of our students do commute to the school. So if that's something that you are considering and you're from the city, New York City, and you want to stay and save a little bit of money, that could be a huge plus for you, but anyone is welcome to apply to the residence halls. So it's a great way to meet other people, but you'll also get that same sort of college experience in the school, since most of the time you probably would be on the campus. CUNY does have extensive study abroad programs. So if you are a Hunter student, you have access to study abroad programs through other CUNY schools, SUNY schools, and some private schools within New York, which I think opens up so many different types of opportunities and possibilities. And you can go away for a year or a week. And if you are receiving financial aid, that could help cover the cost with some of the main programs through Hunter College, which I think is fantastic and amazing. And if you are a higher achieving student, we do have scholarships available for students. So we'll pay you to leave the country, which I think is pretty neat. The different types of academic support that we have advising for freshman students, for honors students, for SEEK students. SEEK is an opportunity program within the CUNY system. It's equivalent to EOP and HEOP in SUNY and private schools in New York State. It basically helps students who need a little bit of extra academic time. And I know I'm probably running out of time, so I will hurry up. And our main scholarship programs are the Macaulay Honors College through CUNY. It could give you a full ride. Hunter specifically has the Freshman Scholars Program. They could give you a partial scholarship. And really quick, you could take a screenshot and I'll answer questions about their admissions profile as well. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for CUNY College or Hunter College, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have University of Connecticut.
Hello, I'm Jason Hodge. I'm Associate Director for Special Programs with the University of Connecticut. The University of Connecticut is located in the state of Connecticut. We are a community located between Boston and New York, if you're getting a sense of where we are on the East Coast. We are a large public university with multiple campuses in the state of Connecticut. UConn provides a wide variety of options for over 24,000 undergraduate students. We are a highly ranked public university and are happy to state that we continue to improve and grow and change each year, hoping that you can be part of the enjoyment of being part of Husky Nation. One thing though going in is that UConn is actually a multiple campus system. We'll talk principally about the main campus at Storrs. We know that we have convenient options located in Stamford, Connecticut, on the train line right into New York City for those looking for a more urban setting of the digital media as well as business programs. UConn Waterbury, located in the city of Waterbury, which offers homes to allied health science programs and opportunities for local study within the Waterbury, New Haven, Litchfield counties. UConn Hartford, home of our social work program, as well as our downtown campus located very near, conveniently to the capital of Connecticut, and Avery Point, a marine sciences and Long Island Sound campus, beautiful location right on the water. The first 4 campuses are principally commuter, but do offer 4-year housing options if you're looking for specialized programs within those communities. Then we have the main campus at Storrs with roughly about 18,000 undergraduate students. Many students may start at a regional campus and then continue on to the main campus at Storrs. UConn embraces diversity and embraces inclusion. It's looking to bring in different students with different backgrounds, with different faiths, different orientation, different belief systems. We want you to feel that you're part of a community that embraces you for who you are and what you bring to the table. So just some of the stats of our university experience. We hope that when you come to UConn, you can bring your authentic voice and hear the authentic voice and experiences of others and how that helps shape our impressions of the world. There's over 115 different areas of study at the University of Connecticut. I know this slide is small because it's so much to cover. We do offer, of course, areas of study, including a Judaic studies program. We do offer Hebrew as a language. We also offer Spanish. We have a comprehensive and #1 public rated business school for areas of management, accounting, and finance and marketing. We offer engineering, computer science, biomedical engineering, mechanical engineering, environmental engineering. We offer a fine arts program, digital media, arts, music, puppetry, with a broad range of liberal arts and sciences program at UConn, biology, chemistry, physics, structural biology, and biophysics. We offer nursing, pharmacy, we run the gambit. But just know that about 1/3 of our incoming class is not yet in a declared major when they begin at UConn. They don't know if they want to study teaching or if they want to study, let's say, animal science. You can start at UConn undecided. We can help you figure out which way is the best way for you to go. You don't have to know what you want to do with the rest of your life when you start a public university like UConn. Coming Husky, we're looking for a wide variety of components in our holistic review process. Of course, your academic record, hopefully you're challenging yourself and showing strong academic work, either through your official transcripts, or you can also self-report your academic record that is required. Ideally, the more competitive your curriculum and the better your academic performance, the better your chances of being admitted to the university as a whole. Storrs is around, let's say, a B+, A- average. Regional campuses around a B, B-. The essay, tell us who you are in your voice. What are you about? What are your interests? What are your beliefs? Who are you as a person? Recommendation letters, optional but encouraged. Teachers, counselors, employers, coaches, advisors, who can speak to you as a mature student ready to commit to the university at the next level. We are test optional this coming fall and likely the fall after that. So we are test optional for students who want to be part of our class of 2023 next year. Know that SAT or ACT is not required. If you feel it represents your best skills and ability, go ahead and submit. If you feel it does not required to. We also have an application fee as well. We look at a wide variety of components, as I mentioned earlier. Of course, the rigor of your work, your how involved you've been in clubs and organizations and activities, perhaps within your faith, within your beliefs, Perhaps you have employment, perhaps you've been part of a sports team or a social engagement. How are you contributing to others in your community? That's not the number. We're not counting. What we're looking for is that you can demonstrate a sense of giving to the community, of showing that you work well with others. When you come to the University of Connecticut, you're part of a community, and we're trying to see how well you've done within the community around you. Also, important is employment. If you've had to work, if you've taken on a job, because of course everyone wants to have some resources to do some fun things. That's important. Talk about what you've done in the world of of work, to certainly let us know that you have commitment and maturity in that direction as well. One thing to know, of course, college is not free, and so the university does offer a wide variety of merit scholarship opportunities, whether you're from out of state or from Connecticut, whether you're international or you're living in, or you're a U.S. citizen. We do offer merit scholarships. The vast majority of scholarships do not have a separate application, but primary consideration is given to those who apply by December 1. I'm going to skip ahead a few things. Lots of organization clubs, including 3 Greek letter organizations around Jewish life. Lots of engagements and things to be part of at the university, key kind of activities and involvements, including study abroad in Israel. And on campus, we have an on-campus Hillel. If you want to get involved, it's a study space, it's a learning space, it's a eating space, lots of engagement and activities there. Off campus, we also offer a Shabbat house for those of you who are interested in even more engagement with students, and we have students who are involved in both organizations on campus and off. And last but not least, everybody likes to eat, so we do offer a kosher kitchen and dining hall in our Gelfenbein Commons, located conveniently between the Hillel and the Shabbat house off campus. Finally, I'll close out. In interest of time, here are deadlines. Please know that you have UConn, we're not early action, not early decision, so you can see the deadlines up top. And everyone here is March 1, and May 1 is their commitment deadline. So with that, I'll bring my presentation to a close and we'll turn over to the next school.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for University of Connecticut, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Virginia Tech.
All right, everyone. Hello. It's always hard to follow up on others, but hi, my name is Samantha Hanna. I am one of the assistant directors for the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at Virginia Tech, and I am so excited to speak to all of you tonight. So real quick, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Virginia Tech, we are a pretty large university. We're actually a land-grant university in Blacksburg, Virginia, which is in the New River Valley. So it is a true college town experience when you visit Virginia Tech. We are also a very large university. We have around 36,000 students, 30,000 undergraduate students, but don't let that intimidate you whatsoever. It's really easy to make the experience feel a lot smaller in many different ways. One of those ways includes being a part of a specific college and a specific program and major. So at Virginia Tech, we have over 140 different majors. So I don't have them all listed here, but some of our most popular include things like engineering, architecture, typically business undecided, surprisingly. The important thing to note is that at Virginia Tech, major matters. So when you are applying, you are choosing a major of choice right from the start. If you are undecided, there are undecided paths in all of our undergraduate colleges that you see here, as well as something called University Studies, which is a general 2-year undecided program. But otherwise, you are applying directly into your major and college of choice. So a little bit about Virginia Tech. When we were first founded, we were an all-military school. Now that is no longer the case. However, we carry on a lot of traditions with that, and we still do have our Corps of Cadets on campus for those interested in joining it. But with that tradition comes the concept of ut prosim, which is our school motto, which means that I may serve. So service is a really important part of our identity as Hokies, as we like to call ourselves. So no matter what you're doing, it can be through clubs and organizations, through your studies, or just out of your general goodwill, getting involved to give back to your community, to your state, to the world at large is a really important part of how we identify at Virginia Tech. So with that, we have a lot of opportunities for getting involved as well as in research since we are an R1 institution. So that can be study abroad, which is offered on all 7 continents, including Antarctica. Research, no matter what your major is, it doesn't have to be a STEM major to offer lots of opportunities to get involved with research on your own, with professors, with friends. It's really up to you to kind of define that path, but we want to grant you that opportunity. And of course, we also offer internships and co-ops across all of our colleges as well. So really, test driving your major by getting involved with this stuff is a really important part of that experience. So there's a reason why Virginia Tech is top ranked for students and alumni who love their university. And that's because when you join the Hokie Nation, you are joining a true community, and there's lots of cool ways to get involved with it. So of course, you'll make friends when you're housing your living, learning communities, joining those things. But you'll also find lots of opportunities to take part in athletics. We are a Division I school. We also have some amazing dining. We're number 2 in the nation. So the food here is really, really good. We really want that student experience to be really awesome all around. And a big part of that is also, of course, student organizations. We encourage that you join those. That's how a great way to make friends who have the same interests as you or new interests. And of course, one of our student orgs, the one that I am proudly part of, is Hillel at Virginia Tech. So with Hillel, we have Shabbat dinners, we have high holidays where we bring specific rabbis actually to speak at Hillel. We also have lots of cool little events. And of course, they help you with your birthright trip if you're interested in traveling to Israel. So getting involved with Hillel at VT is a really awesome experience all around. It's a great way to make friends as well and stay with your Jewish identity. And that's pretty much a quick overview of Virginia Tech. I don't want to take up too much time, but if you guys do have any additional questions, or if you want to talk about the application process or come for a visit, you can always reach out to me. Again, my name is Samantha Hanna. You can see my email there, and I'll also put it in the chat, samanthah@vt.edu. But yeah, we'd be happy to talk all about that. So thank you so much today.
Awesome, thank you so much. If you have any questions for Virginia Tech, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Miami University of Ohio.
Okay, thank you everyone. My name is Tyler Margolis and I am the Assistant Director for Regional Enrollment at Miami University of Ohio. Yes, that's correct. We are the Miami University of Ohio, named after the Maiamia people that lived in the Miami Valley region quite some time ago. Now, as I mentioned, Miami University is located in Oxford, Ohio. It is about 45 minutes outside of Cincinnati, and we are the home to over 20,000 students. 16,500 are undergraduates and a little bit over 2,300 are graduate students. So a very large and immersive student body. What's really great about that is we do provide the feeling of the resources of a larger public institution, but more of the feel of a smaller liberal arts institution with an average class size of about 30 students. Additionally, we are one of the 8 original public Ivy League schools. Now, what that means is we provide an Ivy League level education at a public school tuition price that is based on our facilities as well as our teacher excellence in the overall college experience that is provided by our faculty and administration. At Miami University, we are home to over 120 different majors and minors in 6 different academic colleges. We have our College of Creative Arts, which hosts everything from theater to visual arts. We have our College of Arts and Science, which is our liberal arts focus. So if you go in as an undecided student or you major in biology, zoology, political science, philosophy, all of your liberal arts majors will be found in the College of Arts and Science. Our College of Education, Health, and Society is home to all of our teacher education majors, as well as our sports leadership and management major. Our College of Engineering and Computing is home to a variety of different engineering majors, including robotics, software, biomedical engineering, as well as our engineering management major. Actually, we were ranked the number 8 public engineering school in the entire country. Our Farmer School of Business is another top 50 public business school in the entire country. And last but not least, we have our Department of Nursing as well. At Miami University, we are home to over 600 student organizations, including 19 different Division I sports, 50 different club organizations, and a variety of other organizations. And one of them that we are going to discuss for a few minutes today is our Hillel organization. And to talk more about Hillel as well as Jewish life on campus, I'm going to pass it over to our executive director of Hillel, Whitney Fish.
Okay, yay, I got permission. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Whitney Fish and I am the executive director at Hillel at Miami. And I have to say that it is such a pleasure to be Jewish in Southwest Ohio. No one thinks there are Jews there, but there are actually over about 1,000 Jews at Miami University of Ohio with a population of about 16,000. That's a really lovely, lovely group of students. It's very true wherever you go, you find somebody Jewish, and that is very true at Miami of Ohio. Jewish students are in the Greek life. They're extremely affiliated with leadership positions all over campus. And certainly within Hillel, where we have 9 paid leadership student members. Hillel at Miami is the overarching nonprofit, and then we have the student organization, Hillel Association of Jewish Students, which is truly run and led by students, for students. We have a kosher kitchen, we have kosher dining options through Hillel. There is not a kosher dining office or opportunity, at Miami University, but Hillel's got that covered. You will be set. We have a wonderful partnership with Miami University, with the administration and other departments. There is a very interfaith welcoming community that makes sure that students are not held accountable if they have to miss class for Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. In fact, it's Miami's policy that no classes have exams, tests, or major projects or presentations on the high holidays, as well as any kind of major conference within Miami-wide. And I would say also that, just get to the page, hopefully, oh, that's it. I will say also that we have a wonderful, diverse student population, Jewishly speaking, at Miami. Really, every level of observance you're able to actually observe and participate in with your Jewish identity. You don't have to hide your Jewish self. You can love Israel and be safe at Miami University. We at the Hillel at Miami act as an advisor, an advocate, and a support system for every single Jewish student, regardless of their level of Jewish identity. We are here for them. And I'm happy to take any questions, but really and truly, I see the students we work with at Miami University, and they are incredibly, incredibly talented and driven and motivated and lovely human beings.
All right, thank you so much. If you have any questions for Miami University of Ohio, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Brandeis University.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. It's wonderful that you are joining us tonight. My name is Jonathan Ailshire. I'm the Senior Associate Director of Admission here at Brandeis. And I actually want to begin my short time allotment here by telling you just briefly about our founding, because our founding really influences the institution that we are today, how we identify, think about ourselves, and the way that we think about ourselves moving forward. So we were actually founded in 1948 by the American Jewish community. It was a time when a majority of higher education in the country was practicing some form of a discriminatory admissions practice. And so Brandeis was really founded on this belief that qualified students should have equal opportunities through the admissions process to consider higher education. So while we were founded by the American Jewish community, we were founded as a non-sectarian institution. So we've never been formally affiliated with any religious organization. But we did adopt some values at that founding from the American Jewish community. And those are the 3 values that really resonate today and our understanding of ourselves as an institution. So the reverence for learning, cultivation of critical thinking, and commitment to repairing the world, there's clearly a lot of different ways that these can be defined, but just sort of quickly hit each one. A reverence for learning. We are a Research One institution. There's different tiers of research schools. Research One is just kind of the highest tier in terms of size and scope of research and the type of degrees that an institution awards. The average size of a Research One school is 26,000 students. We have 3,400 undergraduate students. So it's kind of a unique juxtaposition, in my opinion, to be a school that has the underpinnings of an R1 university, but that if you just look at the numbers of Brandeis, looks a little bit more like a mid-sized liberal arts university. Average class size is 26. About 80% of our classes are 19 students or fewer, a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So a lot of those hallmarks of liberal arts universities you find here at Brandeis. And the research aspect of the university, it's every department, it's every division. And one of the things that I think is important to understand about a research university, whether you personally engage in your own research project kind of outside the scope of the courses you take to graduate or not, that research environment shapes the academic experience. It creates this culture of inquiry, of asking questions, of digging deeper, of not just accepting a fact at face value. And you'll see that pervade every aspect of the academic life at Brandeis. And then second, cultivation of critical thinking. I see this in two different ways. The first are through our students. About half of our students have a double major. So again, whether you think that's of interest to you or not, just kind of think about that from the classroom perspective. It's junior year, say you're a political science major. On average, half of the students in that class are also studying another discipline. So they're bringing those schools of thought, those ways of thinking, those lines of inquiry into that political science conversation. So it's not just students only studying the same thing together across the 4 years. And the same is true for some of our faculty. For example, Professor Sar Shoshak is appointed to teach courses in 3 different departments at the university. So a major health science, society, and policy, women's and gender studies, and environmental science. And so her research really kind of bridges across those 3 different areas. So we don't think of those academic departments as silos or you only have one major. We want you to be exploring the connections and the broad themes in addition to becoming content experts in the major or majors that you choose. And then the third piece, a commitment to repairing the world. So Brandeis students are very much committed to the community around us. We're in Waltham, Massachusetts, which is about 9 miles west of the city of Boston. And community service, community engagement is a big part of the student body. Typically, our 3,400 undergraduate students complete about 60,000 hours of community service each year. I haven't seen the total just yet for this academic year. It's still being worked on. But last academic year, a year when all of us were kind of rethinking how to engage with community around us, Brandeis students still did 60,000 hours of community service. So I think that really highlighted that commitment piece that students are here to learn and to grow, but to improve the world around them. And that's really a spirit that carries forward with our students after graduation. Students are studying across 44 different majors and about 50 different minors. You can see some of the most popular on the screen. And then the Brandeis Core is the name of our liberal arts program. And the unique aspect of that, I think, is that we don't typically name specific disciplines you need to take courses in. We name subject areas. So we want you to take a course in quantitative reasoning. Certainly most math department courses would cover that topic, but so does computer science and economics, a lot of psychology courses. There was a course in the theater department that hit quantitative reasoning. It's a skill used by a lot of different disciplines. So to fulfill the Brandeis Core, you really have a lot of freedom and flexibility to move throughout all those different departments that may interest you in Brandeis, while still getting that diversity and that core of a liberal arts foundation to your major. And then lastly, so I mentioned we were founded by the American Jewish community, but I just want to speak a little bit to what that looks like today on campus. So first and foremost, Brandeis actually kind of follows a Jewish calendar in terms of the academic year. So the main holidays are holidays for the university. It's not an exception for Jewish students to have time away from the class. That's just the culture of Brandeis. And other things like throughout COVID, something that students did is every day they filled out a daily health assessment, right? It said they were clear to go to the library, the dining hall, things like that. But there was always a paper Shabbat alternative. So the different aspects of Jewish life are just a part of the culture, whether you're a Jewish identifying student or not at the university. And then the main dining hall at the university also has a kosher half to it. So that's open to all students that would like to eat the kosher food. If you keep kosher, great, you can eat on that side. If you don't, you can eat from either side of the dining hall. But with that, I know I'm right at the end of my time. I will put my contact information in the chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so, so much. If you have any questions for Brandeis University, please put it in the Q&A. Actually, Jonathan, you can come back, and the rest of my panelists and presenters, come on back. I'd love to see your beautiful faces. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. I just want to thank you all so much for being here and doing what you do. It is extremely important what you do, so thank you. My panelists, you know, obviously you have an audience here, right? So we have to thank them too. So my participants, my audience, thank you so much for being here and listening in this 45-minute session. What you do by showing up here is extremely important as well. Remember though, I preface this virtual college fair by saying it is an appetizer. So at this point, please grab these representatives' contact information, check out their websites, go visit these schools to see what school is the best fit for you. But with that said, just the last quick little notes here. After you close out this window, a very quick 5-question survey will appear. The words "very quick" are literally on your screen, so we promise it'll be very quick. Please give us some feedback. Sign up for more sessions. This is the last session, I believe, of this virtual college fair. But remember, if you do want to relive the fun, you absolutely can do so. All of the sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Jewish Student Fair. With that said, you all please take care, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Sybil. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. See ya.